Game 5. You know they're both playing their hearts out. They're both on fire. Yeah. But sometimes just the smallest differences can cost you a set. And it was that commitment to the forward smash. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely made the same mistake before. A lot of people have.
Yeah.
You just see Ryu focus like that, and you're like, oh, I can hit him. He's just standing there. But as you're F-smashing, you know you made the wrong decision.
Oh, he knew
he knew. As he was F-smashing, he already knew he was going to die. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, we're going to have a real treat for you coming up. Hopefully, it's not as dominant as you had described.
As the last time I saw these guys play.
When they met in Europe.
It's been a while, so anything can happen.
Yes, it's going to be Gluttony versus Dabuz. Yeah. Wario versus Rosalina. The matchup that Gluttony specifically told me he is confident in Wario with against top tiers. So my forecast is we're going to see a lot of just, oh, look at ESAM in the crowd. That's tragic.
Oh,
that made me sad.
ESAM, don't sit in the crowd.
Oh.
Just go somewhere where I can't see you and can't feel bad for you.
Oh, man, that hurt. Oh, that's tragic. All right, well, ESAM, real good dude, good friend. Just hope he doesn't take it too hard.
That was losers too, right? So
yeah, it was. So he's out of the tournament at 13th place now. But one of these guys will also be taking 13th, which is just insane to think about. Gluttony, the best player in his country. Dabuz,
second best player in Europe, actually.
Second best player in the continent. And Dabuz, I would say, still very much a contender for #1 on the PGR this season. He has had a couple less impressive tournaments than people like Leo and Nairo, who I would say are leading the pack, but Dabuz and Tweak are right on the
I think it's still possible for him, depending on the upcoming tournaments, it's definitely still possible for him to get that first spot. But right now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Leo, Nairo, and Tweak and
Dabuz.
Tweak and Dabuz, yeah. Those four are like top 4 right now. But I think Nairo and MK Leo are top 2 currently.
Exactly.
But it's so close that any of these 4 can take it, depending on how these upcoming tournaments go. And Gluttony's, even though I said the last set they played was pretty dominating, Gluttony's been playing like amazing all weekend. So really curious to see how he can do in this matchup.
Man, forget about #1. I just want to see Gluttony get on the PGR in the first place.
Wouldn't that be crazy, seeing a Wario on a PGR?
Taking a win here against Dabuz and getting that much closer to top 8 again on my level, definitely making a good case for him. Unfortunately, being that he's in Europe, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities to compete at PGR qualified tournaments.
Yeah, he's been traveling more recently. Like, people are flying him out and Smash GG is helping him out. So it's been getting better recently. So hopefully we can see him in more events. And I don't know if you noticed, Max, but he already hit him with bike and did like 15%.
Yeah, and we saw the back throw take Luma out right off the bat as well. So I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a much different take on this matchup than what we've seen previously. If Dabuz is body bag Gluttony, what I think happened is he went back, studied the VODs, and tried to figure something out. Yeah. Another thing that I learned from my time playing and talking to Gluttony was that he doesn't feel like a lot of players around him have the same drive to improve.
Right, that's definitely true.
Is very, very driven and chases the dream. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's studying.
As someone that's familiar with like the European scene, like I go to a lot of European countries, he's definitely correct in that. A lot of people just don't have that same amount of motivation that he does.
Well, either way, hopefully him putting himself on the PGR or taking a win on a player like Dabuz could help motivate the rest of the scene to catch up, hopefully. And
another thing to note is last time Dabuz went to Europe and kind of like bodied Gluttony, he didn't really, we don't really have like Rosa's on Dabuz's level, or even close to Dabuz's level. So the matchup inexperience might have been a factor.
Yeah, I know over in France he's got Omika.
Right, that's why I said nowhere close to Dabuz's level, because whenever I see...
You're just putting my man on blast like that?
Well, I just mean Dabuz is just that much better than all the other Rosas.
I'm just playing, man. All right. Oh, wow.
Did you just see what he did? He just walked back and forth.
Yo, you ever see old school videos of Wes play Melee, where he'll like run through you with Samus and forward smash the other way?
Yeah.
That is the vibe I'm getting from Gluttony. He's definitely a player who likes to mess with your head.
See, I don't know about bike usage against Rosa, because he used bike and then he put himself in disadvantage right away. Because Rosa's so good at juggling and catching landings. Like, it's not like the same matchup as most characters. You don't want to like voluntarily put yourself in disadvantage. However, bike is like a decent like tool in neutral, especially against Luma. So I can definitely see why he would want to throw it out sometimes.
Oh, I definitely sensed a big setup coming from Gluttony there. Oh, I think he got stuck picking up the bike there. He might have wanted it, but not sure if that was the best play. Dabuz could have just turned around, jabbed him, and started something big off that. Either way. Oh, what? Why?
Maybe he was expecting a roll away?
Or a jump, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Either way, I'm not going to question Gluttony's methods. He somehow always gets it done. This guy is insane.
Yeah, he pretty much only needs to take this stock. Even if he takes a little bit more percent, it's still fine. Oh, Luma's not dead yet.
Nope.
Oh, he actually thought he was dead, but not yet.
Maybe thinking he heard the noise of her squealing for death, but
right,
yeah, it might have just been a regular knockback. Like, ouch. Either way, Gluttony's still holding on to this waft. I agree with the choice. It's the only thing that's going to give him the ability to win this match.
Definitely.
Especially against characters light as Rosa, I'd say 15% with Rage and she's done.
Yeah. Wow. A random S match neutral. Yeah, you need like about 20, like 15 to 20, depending on how much rage you have. And then you can get your combo starter, your neutral oriented waft, and that'll kill.
Right. So hard against a fortress like Rosalina, especially piloted by Dabuz.
Yeah, it's just a wall that you cannot go through.
Yeah, good luck getting a jump in on this guy, right?
Yeah.
Landing up air and
Good luck landing against this guy.
Very true. Oh, and the Luma rapid jab actually stopping Gluttony from getting any kind of a bike set up there. Oh, that was not safe. And you
okay, that's a punish.
Gotta watch everything you do with this percent.
This is really, Dabuz needs to be really careful because this game is even right now.
Just using those jabs, he knows such low ending lag on that move, he's going to be able to transition into something else if he notices that Gluttony's getting into his zone. These laggy air dodge landings, both Dabuz and Gluttony really like going for that.
Yeah, the landing air dodges.
Very uncommon in Smash 4 due to the 22 frame landing lag, but
okay. Yeah, he's been catching the rolls with pivot grabs. That's the second time.
He just knows. Going back to his brawl roots with Olimar, just used to pivot grab everything for
yeah,
free.
he kind of knows. He knows when people are just gonna roll.
Yeah, when you play zoning-based characters like Rosalina,
you're ready for it.
Yes, every time.
That was risky, but he got away with it.
Oh man, I'm starting to get nervous.
What a punish! He's so good at those up smashes. Like whenever Dabuz up smashes, he has like an 80% hit rate with his up smash. He doesn't throw it out randomly. They're all calculated usually. He would usually get it to hit. And honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So, especially considering he still had his waft. If he got like one opening, that game could have gone completely different.
But it also definitely wasn't as good as Gluttony wanted it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the trouble when you have this one move that can completely change the game, bring it back from an impossible deficit. Your opponent is laser focused on preventing that from happening. And again, being that all of Gluttony's openers into the waft are aerial based, and Dabuz and Rosalina are so good at stuffing that out, whether it be up smash, whether it be just a jab.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very one-dimensional. Like when he has waft, his setups are pretty one-dimensional. So you know what to look out for, but even then, it's still stressful. But a player like Dabuz's caliber, he's used to those situations. He's been in those situations very often. He knows exactly how to respond. He knows to stay calm and act accordingly.
How much damage was that? The back hit of neutral air from Luma into a combo forward smash,
I really don't agree with FD in this matchup because it's going to be that much harder to land. On Battlefield, he landed on, wow, nice tag. On Battlefield, he landed on the platform sometimes, and it really helped him to get back on stage. On this stage, if he doesn't have his bike up or no double jump, it could be hard recovering, even with Wario's drift.
Yeah, very interesting counter pick. I'd say very unorthodox as well. But Battlefield didn't seem to be great either. The platforms could actually make it harder to get in sometimes.
You might just want to try something else.
Okay, it's jab pressure, star bits too, just for a little bit of extra lasting hitboxes.
Yeah, like the main question is, how do you get in? What are your tools? You usually have to count on her making a mistake and then just going off of that and punishing her.
Right.
But like, you don't really have anything solid to like break her zone.
Yeah, for Wario, it's definitely not going to be range that helps him get in, but because he's so quick in the air, you got to drift out and then drift right back in for the hit that you know is going to work. That said, you're not really going to know that a lot of hits are working.
See what I mean? Like right there, if you had some platforms to land on, like he was forced to land right on top of the Dabuz right there. Ooh, okay.
Gets the forward air, but of course that move has very low knockback. It's not going to take Luma off. And we were saying before, maybe Gluttony's learned something. Maybe it's going to be the bike just running over Luma, but even when he does the bike, it just blocks and punishes out of shield. That is very easy to do. That's
something we didn't see in the DSS set at all.
Right.
Towards the latter games, he was learning to punish it, but before he wasn't doing anything. He was just accepting it.
Exactly. If you are aware of when you can punish that, it's pretty free. But that said, it's Wario. It's tricky.
Wow. That dash strike was not safe on hit. He got punished for dash striking by Luma.
Love that. The jab 3, Rosalina's hit is so weak, it pops up perfectly for the up air.
Yeah, and like not having one of those tools in the neutral, like your bike, because now that he's gotten punished for using bike, I'm sure Gluttony gonna think twice about using it next time. So having like one of his most used tools not be used anymore might hurt him a bit. High recovery, okay, drifts back slightly.
Okay, gonna roll out of that, makes sense. I believe if you take 10 hits on shield, you have 0 shield stun.
Oh no, wait, he's alive. Oh, sorry, say that again.
I believe if you take 10 hits on your shield, you have no more shield stun.
Oh, okay, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's to combat like Lucario's auras for your charge. Oh, well, he was dead anyway.
That was untechable, right?
Yeah.
He was definitely dead anyway. But
yeah,
this means that the game's even.
Jab, jab, nair, not quite a couple steps closer to the edge, and that would have been his life. Wow, I'm shocked that that down air didn't connect.
Yeah. He's really good at getting the 2-frame down air usually.
Oh,
that was an up smash for sure.
Yeah, the bait, that was a bait. I think it was a bait.
I think he didn't mean to do that, but then that's like your plan B when you mess up.
Dabuz would be on the next level if he did that.
Yeah, right.
Because at 0, you won't die to the WAP, even with max range.
That's true, but even then, I don't think he would have risked, like, what if, like, against a character like Wario, like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. No, I don't think, actually.
Yeah,
but still, it's fun to think about.
It would have been super next level if he did.
Gluttony, though, a very next level player himself. Oh. I love how he's going for the air dodges, knowing that Dabuz could have swung Luma back to him.
I really like how every time Gluttony approaches with shield, Dabuz isn't afraid. He'll just Oh! What? So close. So close to dying.
Yeah, from cross stage was not enough to do it. But now Dabuz bleeding out 76%. We could see him die to something. Maybe a rage forward smash. Or if
that. No, not that. Oh, wow. Never mind.
He could just build a little bit more damage and get it done with some of his regular moves at this point. That waft was great for damage at least.
Okay, Wario is heavy, but not that heavy.
Not that heavy.
He was surviving a few hits that a lot of other characters would have died from.
Yeah. Wario is surprisingly light, actually, in terms of what you would think he is. You know?
He looks like he's heavy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What are you trying to say? But yeah, he's not even in the top 5 in weight. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He lives for a long time though, especially with his recovery. If you don't kill him outright,
it definitely helps.
He's coming back.
And that was so close to killing it. Barely didn't kill. And like another reason why I don't like FD in this matchup, like he got that like cross stage fart or waft, but if that happened on Smash Bros, like it would have been a different story. He would have died.
All right, final destination. Once again, Gluttony seeing something in the stage that us mere mortals do not. And he did a lot better here, to be fair.
To be fair, he was definitely picking it up.
All right.
And I'm not a Wario main by any means, so don't take my word for
yeah, same.
Like, I might be completely wrong about the stage choice. It's just from my perspective in this specific matchup, it seems like it's a little bit harder to land.
I can only give the illusion that I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I don't know, it just makes sense that the juggles would be a lot worse here without extra options for Gluttony to land. But that said, we've seen Dabuz just poke through platforms anyway, so that could still be dangerous.
Yeah, and a lot of times when someone picks a stage, it's more of a preference thing than like a character counter pick. Maybe not a lot of times, but there's people that are just more comfortable on certain stages. So it's not like they necessarily think they're stronger on this stage. They're just more comfortable on it.
Hey man, maybe Gluttony plays a lot of For Glory and this just feels like home.
He actually does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does.
All right. The forward tilt still not enough to take Luma out. Needed a little bit more damage or just a better move to actually connect with her. This is where it gets tough. I was thinking maybe Wario has some really good ways to kill Luma. That's what Gluttony was saying. I've heard other Wario players say they're pretty comfortable in this matchup, but it's not that easy, especially against Dabuz.
Yeah, it seems like every time Gluto is trying to approach him, either with shield, every time he shields, he gets jabbed. His jab is saved on shield. Like, Dabuz can just keep jabbing until he's like all the way, pushed all the way. Or he can just like, when he's doing an aerial approach, he can just throw out like Rosa's aerials since they beat anything Wario throws out.
I love these tech chases with the bike, starting it with dash attack for that weird knockdown it gives.
All right, and again, shield approach, Dabuz waiting patiently, going for the jab. I think that's his best option against shield approach. That's what he's been going for the entire time.
Yeah, that jab is too scary. It ends so quickly and can kill.
Yeah, and you can almost get a kill out of it. So why would you not jab? It's safe on shield. You can get a kill out of it. Definitely one of your best tools in control.
Yeah, you can also get grimy stuff off single and double jab.
Oh, he got hit by that.
All right, let's see. The bike is going to bounce there, creating active hitboxes. Almost so like close. Diddy's banana, where it just locks off a certain range of space. Okay, Nair's still not enough. Very strong, but Again, Wario, thick man, gonna hang on. And he's got the waft. We know this is being saved for stock number 2.
Being saved.
Especially if he gets the first one. Wario, if he gets the first stock, man, we were talking about this with Sheik.
Very dangerous.
But yeah, one of the better characters in the game, I'd argue.
Definitely. It is hard for him to take the first stock a lot of times because he doesn't want to use his waft.
Right.
But it's definitely possible.
Gets that landing back air, sends the Buzz off the stage. Oh, a bear, maybe reading a roll.
I think it was supposed to be a bear. Ooh, okay, I don't think you're allowed to pummel more than once.
Yeah, I was going to say, it shouldn't be pummeling her even at all.
Or yeah, maybe not at all.
Yeah, if you have a slow one, she could definitely do something about it. But here we go. Gluttony trying to figure out a way to take this first stock. The comeback is readily available to him if he does so.
And honestly, Gluttony is doing a really good job anywhere else besides neutral. Like, for the most part, in this match, he's been landing really well. He's been getting off the edge pretty well. He's not getting edge guarded. But when it comes to neutral games, like, the Buzz has him beat. He doesn't really have anything solid to approach with.
I think the Buzz straight up has one of the best neutrals in all of Smash.
Yeah, that's true.
Looking for this juggle, but I love how the Buzz didn't bother committing. He was like, no, I'm just going to stand in place. I know you want to drift left or right. I'm not going to commit one way or the other because I could either get punished or you could get a better landing spot.
Right. He'd rather bet his game on the neutral game where he's been winning everything.
Right.
So there's no reason for him to risk that.
All right, that back air in conjunction with Wario's drift.
Okay.
Proving to be pretty effective at getting her Luma.
This is very doable once again. Same exact situation. The Buzz wasn't faced by this the first 2 matches. So let's see if he can hopefully, or let's see if Gluttony hopefully can maybe make things go different this time around. So I would like this set to go to Game 5. I don't like seeing trios.
I'd like to see it at least get to 4.
Yeah, at least get to 4. I want to see more matches, especially since this is probably the last I'll see of Gluttony if he loses. Definitely want to see more games with him.
Both players here understand exactly what's at stake. They understand the consequence of one single hit from Wario.
And that's rough. Like, even if you get that neutral, even if you win that neutral exchange like you just did, you can still get hit by Luma on hits.
Look at that. Now Dabuz using the bike to extend his own hitboxes.
Very
There's those jabs and then a super long-lasting down smash to follow. He's going to use the gravitational pull.
And the bike actually delayed his dash attack. That was a punish.
There we go. The air dodge into the ground. Dabuz saying, oh no, don't worry, man. I do that too. It's not going to work on me.
Did you see that last? He like foxtrotted and then he waited to confirm whether he was going to drift away or drift towards him. And then he confirmed he was going to drift away the last moment and he like went forward and up smash. It was a very like minor detail from his movement.
Right.
But I can tell because I play the Buzz a lot. The way he let straps, or not let straps, the way he catches landing sometimes, he'll like dash, foxtrot, and then at the end of his foxtrot, he'll decide whether he goes to the left or right.
Exactly. That's perfect because that's how you initiate dash dancing in this game anyway.
Exactly.
So he's covering multiple things at once. He's like, well, I want to move this way just on